Heroes and heroines of all ages. When the world tells you to get a life, you're always welcome at the One Up Block. My name is Dan the Man, your host, and welcome back. I thought I'd got rid of that stupid little quirk of mine, but it's been a while since I've last put out a video, and this is not Kingdom Hearts, as you may have noticed. But I've been playing a lot of this game, and it's an oldie, but it's a goodie, and I wanted to get this out of the way because I do want to tackle this series. I don't know if you know who this is, but this is Shantae, and it's a game by a little studio. You may know them as Way Forward. They've done such great stuff as the Adventure Time games. Hey Ice King, why'd you steal our garbage? I think they did Explore the Dungeon because I don't know as well. They also did DuckTales Remastered, and they're behind the Mighty Switch Force games, so, you know, that's always a hoot and a holler. I'm gonna erase this really quick. That's what we're gonna be using the first file. But because I wanted to start this right now because, number one, I can probably get through this game rather quickly, which we're gonna see how that goes. And two, I want to start tackling the series now because soon we're going to get a new game in the series via Half Genie Hero, which was funded on Kickstarter, and I cannot wait for it to come out. But I also just want to give some props to a game that I really love. This game came out of nowhere, just like Way Forward for me. Way Forward for me started when I found DuckTales Remastered and I played it and I loved it. And you know, Way Forward was like inconsequential at that point in time. I was like, oh, well, hey, they made a cool game. And then I looked into them, and I eventually found Shantae and Mighty Switch Force. I will be tackling Mighty Switch Force at some point, but for now, we're going to be jumping into Shantae, so without further ado, let's do it. What? Not another pirate? Attack? I'd better warn Scuttletown. Ah, you darn kids. Alright, so we immediately get control. There's no music playing, so that's kind of creepy. You're just going to be listening to me, I suppose. But right off the bat, you can tell this game has a lot of polish on it. It's a Game Boy game, but it was released at the end of the Game Boy's lifespan, so the people who worked on it had the ability to push it to its limits, you know. In fact, they had the ability. They released this game so far into the Game Boy's lifespan that they actually were able to add Game Boy Advance features, which I will be showing off. We're not playing the Game Boy Advance version, quote unquote, of this game. There is an enhanced version of the game, but basically it just gives you better graphics. They touch up some colors here and there. But I prefer the Game Boy Color palette myself. I know that's subjective, and I hope you guys don't mind if I play it in the Game Boy palette. They are shooting cannonballs at me now. But the animations in this game are fantastic, and that's something that Way Forward has just always been kind of good at, is the animations in their games. Like, they are ridiculously charming. Like, they could probably make a terrible game, and I'd still play it just because the animations would probably be fantastic. I haven't played all of Way Forward's games yet. I do still need to dip my toes, into a couple of them. And I will when time comes. But so far, I've dipped my toes into Shantae and Shantae Risky's Revenge. I have not finished Risky's Revenge yet. You don't even know who Risky is, which, you know, we're about to figure that out. Plot time. Also, still no music. Eerie. That's cool, I suppose, though. Oh, there's a dude guy. There's a dude guy. I sure hope that doesn't pop up. Someone on Steam just showed up, and I hope it doesn't show that. So, you're behind this attack, Risky Boots, the lady pirate. In the flesh. Sorry about your shack, darling. I thought you were a guardian genie, not some scrawny kid. Well, no matter. Gotta haul booty. You get it? She basically just said haul ass. Oh, she's up to no good, that's for sure. Well, I'm gonna earn my keep as Scuttletown's genie. I'd better stop her. and thus we're off on our adventure. Now, check this out, okay? This is a pretty fantastic opening. These are the townspeople. They're running away from the pirate attack. They're, you know, charming and cool and animated and whatever. Ow. This here is a... Oh, you know what? They have a name. A Tinkerbat. That's what they're called. These enemies are called Tinkerbats, and they work for Risky Boots. So, yeah, that's that. They're pirates, basically. Obviously, they're not human, whatever the hell they are. But they do have cool... When WayForward does something unique, it always comes out, like, really neat. So I'm so glad that they got funded for, oh, hello. You can break these and kill the enemy. The enemies continuously pop out of it if you don't break it, which you don't really need to even break them if you... There's no point in breaking them, is what I'm saying here. You can just go along. You can go on your merry way and just ignore everything happening. This is pretty cool too. It's got dynamic, like, lighting changes, which is really neato. I'm sure this looks better if you're playing on the Game Boy Advance version, but there's something about the Game Boy palette that just does everything right for me, so I'm just gonna be sticking with it. Ow, you douche. But what is Shantae? You might be asking yourself if you've never played Shantae before, which is probably why you're watching this video in the first place. You're trying to see if Shantae is a good game worth playing, and I'm here to hopefully show you that yes it is. Basically, Shantae is a love letter to Metroid fans, in the sense that you get upgrades to progress, and you need upgrades to get other upgrades that you can't reach naturally. And yeah, look, check that out. We go from the fiery pits of hell to a nice little night scene where everything's all blue and stuff. Like, this game is really, really well polished, and that's mostly what I wanted to show off. Unfortunately, Shantae, the first game, which is what we're playing. Look at this. They're back in the background, knocking the wall with a piece of wood, and it's making these things come out. But they're in the background, and they're just like fluidly animated. Like, you just don't get that kind of quality with Game Boy games very often. So it's really cool to see that happening here. But Shantae for the Game Boy Color, unfortunately, suffers from being the first game in the series in which all the other games after it improved the formula so well that the first one seems clunky in comparison. It's still a good game, and that's why I'm showing it off. Obviously, we can't jump right into the quote-unquote Game Boy Advance game, because that'd be weird. We wouldn't know what's going on. Granted, there's really not that much story anyway. Like, we don't know who Risky Boots is, but apparently Shantae knows. We don't get anything on Shantae, really. She's a genie, and she works for Scuttletown. She's a guardian of it, of sorts. But, alright, story, sorry. Mimic! Hey, old man, are you okay? Moan. Those Tinkerbats did my workshop. I've got to stop them before they escape with my steam engine. Steam engine? What's a steam engine? I'll explain later. Right now, we have to get it back. You stay put. I'll handle this. Alright, and just like that, we are kind of off on an adventure. Sort of. Nothing important is happening here. There's nothing you can miss in the first part of this game. You can actually not come back to this part of the game later on. This never happens ever again. This is just the intro to the game, which is pretty cool for a Game Boy game, you know? Okay, we're switching back to daytime now. Isn't that really just the coolest thing? Oh god, I cannot sing this game praises enough. I cannot wait to tackle the Game Boy Advance games. They're not Game Boy Advance games. They were going to be released on the Game Boy Advance, but were later released as, like, they were refunded as DS games or something. You know, like, WayForward was able to finally put the games out, like, years later, which is really cool. We just got the Pirate's Curse, I believe. But, you know, sorry. Plot time. That's far enough, Risky. Where's the steam engine? None of your business. More importantly, you people have been using my sea without paying a fee, and now you're in a lot of hot water. That's ridiculous. The ocean is free for everyone to enjoy. Just who do you think you are? Who am I? I'm Risky Boots, Queen of the Seven Seas, and anyone who opposes me will be crushed flat. Men, Spank this one extra hard for mommy. Oh boy. Well, that's fun. And he's gonna shoot a cannonball at us. But all you really have to do is stand right here and wait for him to stop shooting the cannonballs, and then these guys will come out. And you just need to spank that barrel, which I did not do there, unfortunately. To be honest, I can just sit here. Also, she has a cute little animation where she wiggles her butt. This game is just adorable, just all around. Oh god, I love it. It's so fantastic. Plus, she's a genie. Also, I didn't show it off yet, but I will show it off later when the time calls for it. Hopefully this... Oh, shit. I'll show it off right now. Check it out. We can do a dance. We can just belly dance all over shit. But I can't really show that off in its fullest right now. And there we go. Thought I took a hit there. But this is a boss fight. This is an opening scene boss fight. This game starts off so epically. And it does continue to be as epic as this. Like, it doesn't blow all its cards in the first section. It gets better. Or it stays the same amount of awesome the entire way through. And if you're a fan of Metroid, everything in this game will come to you naturally. It just will. There is kind of a weird thing that they do, which is kind of like DDR, and it's strange. It gets fixed in the later games, like I said, but the way you have to do it in this game is kind of clunky and a little annoying. I went easy on you this time, but next time, I'll be steam-powered and unstoppable. Ho, ho, ho. Alright, goodbye, jiggly booby lady. See you next fall. Haha, totally told her off, didn't I? Nah, no, I didn't, actually. Oh, boy. Good job, Shantae. You certainly made short work of those bandits. Hiring a town genie was a dandy idea indeed. Sigh. Maybe it's time I told him I'm only half genie. Then Scuttletown could get a real guardian genie to protect them. How did I let things get so screwed up? Oh, hello, old man. Whose name is Mimic, we learned that. Shantae, what happened? Where's my steam engine? I'm sorry, Mimic. Risky got away with the steam engine, and now she's going to use it to destroy Scuttletown. Oh, if only I were a real genie, then I'd show that Risky a thing or two. I'm afraid it will take more than genie magic this time. Let me explain from the beginning. Please do. It all started on my last dig when I unearthed an ancient vault. Hidden inside was a diagram of a strange contraption. Here's how the thing works. A steel chamber full of water is heated like so. The water becomes steam, blasting out the top with enough pressure to turn a wheel indefinitely. Steam-powered muscle like that could change the world. Yes. Also, I'm a genie that does magic. I used these plans to build a steam engine of my own. I was almost done when that vixen swiped it. She seemed to be headed towards the water town. Maybe there's still a chance to get the engine back. That a girl. Just be sure to visit the save room before you leave town. Good luck, Shantae. Alright. And that was our first dip into the game of Shantae. This is how the towns work. When you're in a town, you're in this little first-person view, which is really adorable, by the way. You can talk to these people. I've traveled to Watertown in the east and Oasis Town to the west. Have you visited either of them? No, I have not. Thank you for asking. You can press the start button to keep track of all your stuff on the subscreen. Had you heard that already? No, I have not. So, here we have a bathhouse. Every town has one, and what the bathhouse functions as is... Hi, Shantae. This is a place to revive those aching muscles and soak your worries away. So yeah, you jump in here, and you heal your hearts. You don't actually get naked. Unfortunately, right? Also, this is the belly dancing. I don't know if I couldn't show it off while we were doing the thing, but isn't this just the most adorable thing you've ever seen? It doesn't do anything for us right now, but it will have a function later. But we can do it at the moment. Here's the save room, which is what old Mimic told us. Mimic is her uncle, by the way. She didn't say that. Hello, Shantae. Would you like me to save a record of your travels? Any previous information will be forgotten, okay? That guy kind of looks like the guy from, Cave Story. Your game has been saved. Fantastic. I'm going to finish off showing you what the town has to offer, and then we're going to call it quits. Here is the item shop. The item shop, obviously, is going to sell us crap. useful crap. Can't really buy anything right now because we have like 19 bucks, but I mean, here's all the stuff you can have. The vials heal you. We have the vanishing cream that lets you walk through enemies. You're basically invisible. You have storm puffs which act as a little floating electricity bomb thing, which is pretty neato. You get magic spells. These are handled so much better in the upcoming games, but right now they're kind of clunky. But they don't cost that much, and gems are very easy to come by, and I will show you how to get a lot of gems very easily. And then you have the P-Ball, which is my favorite spell to use because it defends you by swirling around you. It's this big spike ball, circles around Shantae, and basically whatever it hits, it does damage to them, so you're basically defended. The enemies can still touch you and hurt you. You're not like immortal or whatever, but you know, it's still pretty cool. But those are our spells. We actually have to pay for them. The later games, you don't actually pay for like amounts of them. You have them unlimitedly. You just have like a magic bar, which is fantastic. Here's the dance parlor, which we can't go into right now. I'll show that off later. That's actually a way to make a lot of gems. The Warp Squid Hut. What the Warp Squid Hut does is you come in here when you have some squids, which we'll find later in the game. This is a mommy squid. You have to give 4 of her babies back. And once you do that, she'll teach you a dance. And basically that dance will help you teleport to the town. Each town has a teleport squid, or a warp squid, I think they're called. Sorry. Each one has a mommy squid, and you have to bring the babies back to the mommy squids. And if you bring them 4, you'll get the dance that lets you teleport to that specific town. Now the funny thing is, you don't have to actually bring her any specific squid. Like if you find 4 random squids through 4 different dungeons, and you bring them back to this specific one, she'll ask you if you brought her baby back, and she's like, is that my baby? I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell. So you can just give her any squid, and that's pretty hilarious. But yeah, we're gonna be utilizing that. I'm not gonna be finding every squid in the game because there's really no point to it. It's not that bad of a travel system, so I don't need to use that very often. So I'm not gonna go out of my way to find them. We do have a couple of unlockables, or not unlockables, collectibles. Up there you can see the squids that we have to find, and also there's a little firefly emblem. We have to find a bunch of fireflies to unlock another spell, or a dance rather, which I will be doing once we have everything necessary. Being a Metroidvania game, you obviously know we're going to have to collect stuff to be able to collect more stuff that we can't reach right now. Like say, there could be an item that I can't reach right now because I'm just basic Shantae. And that's basic Metroid fare. The spell we get is kind of useful. Not really. There's a lot of useless crap in this game, unfortunately. Your first time through, you'll probably use everything because it's your first time through. But because I'm a veteran, I know what I'm doing, I'm not going to have to toy with any of the extra crap. Basically because it's just utterly pointless. The game doesn't really require you to have any of that stuff to have fun, so, you know, I'm going to do what I need to do. We'll find the fireflies at the end of the game when I have everything necessary before I actually take out the end of the game, you know. But, yeah, that's basically Scuttletown. This is where we live. I didn't mean to talk to you. Sorry. Okay, I sped that up. We are playing the Game Boy emulator, so I can speed things up if I need to. Hooray! And that's a good thing because this game also has a day and night cycle, which is why we can't go to the dance parlor right now because it needs to be nighttime. But holy crap, I cannot stop talking. Alright, but that's all the time we have for this episode. A hero's work is never done. Join me again next time as we continue to tackle Shantae. Later days, everybody.